Hey, here we are again. Hello, everybody, and happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. Hope you had a good weekend. There certainly feels like, a little more normalcy, I think, if is that still a word in the dictionary, normalcy? Whatever that's going to be. But there are some activities going on, right? So that's good. The warm weather certainly helps with that. And we had a good weekend, too. We'll talk about that and some of the activities that happened over the weekend. And of course, I need to say officially, there it is. Happy Monday and welcome to the show. As always, I'm your host, David Burrows. Two great guests coming up here today. In about 10 minutes time, we'll have Myles Vanni from the Unit of the Good Shepherd here talking to us about some important things. And let's go to our comments. Hello, Carl. Carl, you're a busy guy, man. So you're always around. I appreciate that. And I saw you earlier this morning as well. And Barry Loxton, thanks so much for being here, Barry. And thanks again for your help on the weekend. Barry will be talking about that coming up in just a few moments. Happy Father's Day. Well, yesterday was certainly Father's Day. And I had a good time. We got out for a motorcycle ride. I don't think it's any secret to anybody on social media that I really love my motorcycle. So it was a good Father's Day. Myself and Jennifer and my son Jason, who ride, we went down to Mitchell's Bay for a nice ride, and then there were people splashing in the water, and I flew my drone. And if I can ride my motorcycle and fly my drone, I'm pretty happy, right? I'm pretty content with that. It makes me happy. So we did have a good time with that. And Danny Cacciamilio, happy Monday. Hope you had a good Father. I did, and same to you, Danny. Were you cooking, or did you make the kids cook for you? Because I know you like to cook, Danny. So that's good that we were able to do that. All right. Well, just before we get started, always want to give a shout out to my supporters, Philly Cheese Jakes. Saw him the other day and was nice talking with him. I don't know the food's good. I don't know which is better, the conversation or the food. I think it's the combination of the both. When I go to see Jake Chersky down at 988 Confederation Street. Thanks, Jake, for all your support. And Christine Fiji of Active Ears Hearing Centers. And I was talking to her recently, and she's excited about a few things as well. And she's a great supporter in the community as well. So thank you, Active Ears. Hughes Intelligence, Barry Bentley and his crew at Hughes Intelligence, security specialists. AG Event Graphics, who have been supporters from day one here on the show, coming up on 10 years. Thank you so much for your support, Guy and Kevin and all the staff down there. Joe's Discount Tires, been great supporters around here as well, and they're just not far away from me here. I go by them quite often, at least once a week I go by Joe's Discount when I go over Indian Road Overpass on my way to Oswald's Diner. And thank you so much to Oswald's Diner for all your support here as well. They gave us some great support over the weekend, which we're going to talk about as well. But the local family, local restaurant, and you can order from their menu at oswalds.com. So very grateful for all those folks. All right. We also want to give a shout out to the Indigenous community. Today is National Indigenous Peoples Day, so they'll be celebrating. Usually I can hear, I don't know if there's fireworks going on or whatever, because I don't know what's happening. I haven't really, but usually when they were having fireworks, I could hear them down the street from me here, and it was always a great celebration. In fact, I always enjoyed going out and watching the fireworks down at Amjanong. And it is an important day. So hello to our friends, and with all respect to National Indigenous Peoples Day. And we thank you for being a part of our communities as well. We're communities, right? We got to work together and celebrate together and encourage each other. And again, the word community comes in there. So again, shout out to our Indigenous friends on National Indigenous Peoples Day. All right. Well, talking about motorcycles, as I mentioned, I always like to say, watch out for the motorcycles. Drive aware, ride aware for those of you on four wheels. And for those of you on two wheels, same respect. Drive aware, ride aware, and be respectful of the road. And, of course, all the traffic laws as well. We had, speaking of respect, we did it over the weekend. This is a really personal and important event to me, that I started last year to give respect to the many frontline workers. Now, let me be clear when I say frontline workers. There's such a long list of people in our community, frontline workers and beyond, that have been so great through all of these. Well, it's crazy times, right? I don't want to say unprecedented. It's just crazy is what it's been. And I just felt it important to start that last year. Last year, we had 125 motorcycles go for the Ride of Respect. Mother Nature was really big helping us out last year. This year, we had a little bit less. We had about 65 motorcycles that rode through the city, a 50-kilometer ride through the city. In total, 70-kilometer ride, because we decided very last minute, it came up and said, yeah, we should drive down Tajmu Avenue, down Amjadong, past the band office and the memorial site there for the 215 children who were found in Kamloops. So we did that, and we reached out very last minute to Liuna, called Jason McMichael from Liuna, and said, I need some orange something flags. And he was able to support us with that. So thank you, Jason and Liuna, for your support, a very last minute request. And Jason actually got down to Hamilton to get us the flags. So that was pretty awesome for him to go out of his way for us there. And we were able to drive down, respectively, down Tajmu Avenue and then back down St. Clair Parkway. So a 70-kilometer ride, all in all, a 2-hour ride through the city of Sarnia and part of Amjadong to give respect. And a really huge shout out to the Oswald's Diner Company, who has been not just supportive of me and the things that I do, but to so many in our community, including the Special Olympics, Sarnia, and just a great community of riders, right? And everybody was respectful. We saw a lot of, there was kids on the side of the road waving and smiling. Of course, we toot the horns, maybe revved a little because they like that. And we drove by all the long-term care homes. We saw lots of people outside of Marshall Golden Manor and just all the locations really participated well. Mother Nature, she wasn't answering her telephone, but we got through it anyway. We had a little bit of a rain, but we pushed through anyway. Rain or shine, we were doing this. So it was just a great ride. And part of this all was to raise some money for Ohana Landing, which is the youth transitional housing facility here in Sarnia. And we were able to raise $740 from all of the riders. So I'll be presenting that to Tammy Vanden Heuvel a little bit later on in this week. So thank you to everyone involved. And a real big shout out to the blockers, the traffic control riders that make sure that cars know we're out there and nobody gets hurt. And I really definitely couldn't have done it without them. And Art Sheriff from Oswald's was he was the guy that was telling everybody what to do because he's got the experience. I just kind of went for a ride. So anyway, thank you so much to everybody who came out, Liuna, Oswald's Diner Company, and for those who donated as well. We're really, really pleased with that. And I'm already making plans for doing another one next year for the Ride of Respect. Going to be an annual event. Looking forward to that. And just to give you kind of some insight, let me make that a little bigger so you can see that a little bit more. These were I'm proud. That's my big motorcycle right over there, just to the right. And there's Art's. And then my daughter was out there helping, and a lot of the riders. So many. It was just a real cool sight to see. There's the Liuna flag as we're going by the hospital over here. And it just turned out to be a really good day for everyone. So looking forward to next year and hopefully having more turnout there. Okay, well, this is going to tie into a few things, but let's fill the truck. Donate non-perishables from 6 to 8 p.m. That's going to happen this Thursday in support of the End of the Good Shepherd at Canatera Park on Thursday, June the 4th. You'll be able to drive through, and the Sarnia Street Machines are putting this on, the Sarnia Street Cruisers, my bad for getting confused. The Sarnia Street Cruiser is going to be there doing this. So you'll be able to check out the cool cars. That's next on my list. I got a cool motorcycle. I'm looking at cool cars now. Need a bigger garage. But this is important to get out and support the End of the Good Shepherd as well. So another great way that you can support the community and the End of the Good Shepherd and everything that they do. Myles coming up in just a few moments here to talk about all of the services. I think, sometimes we forget the food is needed, but there's a lot of services that they provide in the community as well. So we'll be talking about that. And why wait? He's there. He's been waiting. Let's just bring him up right now. How you doing, Myles?
Good, Dave. How are you?
I'm a chatterbox, blah, 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 and I'm great though. I mean, really through all of this, I've been really fortunate. And yet there's still so much more need in the community. How's the Inn of the Good Shepherd doing through all this?
Well, it's been a journey since we started last March with the whole thing. COVID really hasn't had a pause for us. It hasn't been any quiet times. We're just as busy, if not more, collecting food and getting that distributed because we've lost so many of our food raising events, Cyclone Aid and Construction.
Yeah.
So to see things like the street cruisers, or on Saturday, the after hours Rotary Club will be at 4 grocery stores. Desjardins Insurance is doing a drive in the next week or two.
Oh, good.
Those sorts of things are going to be really, really helpful that way. Probably the most striking challenge is in terms of homelessness. Pre-COVID, we went from 35 people in shelter to last night we had over 200 in our care. 200 people have become homeless because of COVID, and we're sheltering them in overflow shelter programs in motels and hotels, and having to feed them as well in difficult circumstances. When you go traveling, in a motel you got a microwave and a kettle to cook with,
right?
And so we have to put together some pretty specialized food boxes to make sure those folks have things that they can just heat and serve and get them fed. So there's still a lot of challenges, and that's going to be long term. We start to see the light at the end of the tunnel as things are loosening up and restrictions are being dropped. It's a long tunnel, even longer for those that are homeless, because finding housing in the market we're facing now is going to be a long-term challenge.
So, wow, 200. I wouldn't have imagined that number. And, I think that you talk about that homeless side of things, Myles. I'm not sure people, as much as we talk about, really are aware of that number, because we don't see it as much, right? Because some of it's couch surfing, but, now you're talking hotels.
And that's really a large part of it. Our homeless population isn't as visible as you'd see in Toronto or London, people on the street corners or in the doorways of businesses or such. They're couch surfers. And once COVID started to take grasp last March and April, these folks who would stay for a few nights with a friend here or some family there and kind of rotate around locations, all of a sudden they were being told, because of isolations, we can't have you on our couch. We can't have you in our basement.
Yeah.
You're going to have to leave. But there was nowhere for them to go.
Right. I'm already here for the reason that you're telling me I got it. Yeah.
Exactly. And then we found as people who are maybe sharing apartments, relationships started to break down, particularly when, kind of got cabin fever as we're all kind of stuck in our homes for a month and a half, 2 months. And as those relationships broke down and somebody had to leave, there was nowhere for them to go. So that's where we saw this huge surge in homelessness. And of course, it hasn't lessened up with, a lockdown and then an open and then another lockdown.
We were open?
Yes. So things haven't gotten any easier. And the housing market now, the rentals are so expensive. We've gone from $700 for a 1-bedroom apartment 5 years ago to, over $1,000. And that's just not affordable for a lot of folks right now.
How do people keep up? Like, if it's like minimum wage, I know is like 14 something, whatever an hour now, but that doesn't seem to be keeping up with the need out there. And
it doesn't. No, when you look at minimum wage, also means sometimes minimal hours, or certainly not a consistency in the number of hours that they get. So it's really hard to budget and plan. If this week you get 20 hours, the next week you get 10, the next week you get 15, it's hard to manage and budget all those expenses. And now the majority of Canadians are working part-time minimum wage jobs. We've lost the ability to have everybody in full-time, well-paying jobs with benefits. So a simple, family, everyday life crisis that most families can kind of manage through. It's back to school time in August, and we're really hoping the schools do open.
Hopefully, I was going to say, is it?
Yeah, they need backpacks to go to school. They need school supplies, and when you have kids, you know how expensive that is. And if you're living paycheck to paycheck and just managing on the few hours you get to pay those bills, and many people have 2 or 3 part-time jobs, back to school becomes a crisis for a family. How do we get the school supplies we need for a child? So those are the kinds of programs we've added the last 8 to 10 years to help take some of those really bumpy roads, smooth out the roads, so we can help people with back to school kits so it doesn't become a crisis for them. We can do school supplies, we can do income tax clinics, we can do winter coats, snack packs. So all those kinds of programs, the birthday club helps to smooth out that road for families.
Yeah. Even so, I remember at Christmas time too, you still had to kind of adapt that to, the parking lot Christmas party that you had there,
Exactly. Yes, you provided music for it.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, we really wanted to be, and we have a wonderful team of staff and volunteers that are super creative. We want to try to give, in this so very difficult time, some sense of normality for families. So we went ahead with some of our Christmas activities, had to tweak them a little bit to take into account for crowds and distancing and that, but we were still able to do our children's party, our in out of the cold family dinner, and give a bit of a relief to those families. And our adopt a family program, we had over 360 families this year we adopted, so it was kind of a record year.
Yeah, well, I know it's just that kind of leads me in my next part in all this. I would imagine that you're seeing some new demographic, I guess, that was reaching out to the Inn of the Good Shepherd for help that maybe you didn't see before. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. We certainly saw new faces, folks that were managing to just get by. And when all the lockdowns happened and the layoffs and job losses, these were folks that, like many of us, we live to our means. And when a crisis happens, it's like, oh, how am I going to manage this? And when you lose your job or you have your hours so drastically cut, and CERB wasn't always quick in responding to help people, we were able to fill that gap until they were able to get some other assistance in place, or until they were able to get back to work for a short time before the next shutdown.
Mm-hmm. And pardon me, I imagine mental health comes into play here more than normal. I mean, I don't think I've had a show in the last year where I didn't mention the word mental health because of how it affects. Have you added programs in for that, or do you refer? Or how does that work?
We do a lot of referrals. We do a lot of particularly for those folks that we have in the motels and the hotels where they are so isolated. Even though there may be a group at the motel, we're still trying to isolate them in rooms. So it has become very difficult. And when you add in, if there's already an underlying mental illness or an addiction, it makes it even that much more difficult for people. So we certainly partnered with the county, with public health, with North and West Lambton Community Health Centers to do wellness checks with 180 so people that we have in the motels and the hotels, to making sure that they're okay. And then we've been doing things like with Red Cross to do home deliveries of food packages for shut-ins or for those that have, health compromised situations, so that they're still being fed.
Right. Well, it's it's a lot to handle, and it's a lot to pay for. Right. I know for sure. And you've taught me well. I say it every time. I tell people all the time that 20 by 40 swimming pool's got to be filled every month. And now let's triple that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're buying food more than we've ever bought before. $4,000 to $5,000 a week worth of food, because we haven't had the big food drives, and even the church donations and the schools, they're all down because they've been closed. So we're certainly buying unprecedented. There's that word.
There's that word.
Amounts of food these days.
Yeah. And I know in the beginning, like there was a real big reach out, right? There was that, and this community, nobody could argue that it knows how to come together and give support, which was awesome, but that went very quickly away, right? So
exactly. Well, and we still are using some of those resources that this community so greatly provided to help with some of that. But you're right, it goes through quick when we're having to care for that many people. And so we've got a new thing we're trying out this year as a fundraiser. Yeah,
well, let's talk about that. I mean, the local shopping spree this was a kind of a twist on how you would normally do things, right? I remember I had a lot of fun doing the telethon for you and everything. We had some great entertainment and stuff, but normally you would go out into the community and go to businesses and say, hey, would you please donate? We want to do this thing. But this works a little bit differently. Explain how that happens.
Absolutely. And that's how a lot of charities do. They look for donated items to offer as prizes for raffles or auctions to make the money. But our sense and our feeling was we clearly see how much our business community is challenged and suffering through this COVID with all the lockdowns and such. And we wanted to do just something that would support and strengthen them, because we know if they're vibrant, if they're in business, if they're working well, then they're employing people. And those people, if they're employed, aren't needing help. We've seen a lot of people who lost their jobs coming to the inn for help. So by supporting businesses, we can give an opportunity for people to stay employed, and that's the best way of helping themselves rather than relying on the community. So rather than asking businesses to donate prizes, we committed that we would buy those prizes from them, so that generated a revenue for those businesses to keep operating, keep people employed. And we have some amazing prizes from
$50,000 prize board, man.
Absolutely. The top prize is a home package of $20,000. So great opportunity to get new windows, to do some landscaping, to get some new furniture, a kitchen reno, some really cool stuff. All the prizes are really awesome, really kind of exciting, and all based with local businesses in mind.
Yeah, I want the group get together. I got my 2 tickets, and I know it says up there draw date May 28th, but we'll put this up on the screen. But you guys decided to give it more of an opportunity and extended that to sometime in August.
Absolutely. Well, we're thankful for the city of Sarnia, who licenses all the raffles, who gave us the consideration to extend the raffle, because we launched the shopping spree in March, and 2 weeks later we went into a lockdown that was extended, and we're just coming out of it now. So all those businesses that were going to sell tickets to help support the raffle, well, they weren't even open to be able to sell the tickets.
Right.
So the city recognized that was a really unusual challenge we faced, and gave us kind of that one-time extension. So the new draw date is going to be August 31st, and we're going to have a whole bunch of really happy winners that day as we
I've made some deals with some of my friends. I've been bargaining. So if you win this, then I get to. But if I win this, then you know. So I feel like I'm going to win either way. But,
awesome.
As you said in the telethon, it's really sometimes it's win-win. This is a win-win-win, right? With everybody involved.
Businesses and local businesses and those employers are going to win. The inn is going to win because the funds we raise from it are going to support the programs and the families and individuals that need it. And of course, there's going to be 10 winners that are going to get some great prizes.
Yeah. I'm excited. Like I thought it was really cool too, how so I went online to localshopingspree.com. I bought my tickets, and then I still got something in the mail. Like, even though you could have sent me an email printable ticket thing, it was still nice to get that tangible ticket in my hand. And I was so proud to go, I got my ticket. Yeah. Right. So was that done on purpose like that?
Well, that's part of the lottery requirements, is that if you you're still supposed to receive a printed ticket, but you're right. It's that feel good of, I've got it. There's my real chance here now.
Yeah, and I know you had a lot of help from supporting Sarnia and surrounding businesses from Rodney and Kendra and Rich at #local. It's just really coming well together. It's nice. Do you see this happening? Because again, this is a different way of putting a fundraiser on. Even post-COVID, do you still see yourself doing things like this?
I think we're seeing good results so far, and I really like it. And I think, again, it has that premise of helping people to be self-sufficient. Yeah. And employment is one of those best ways, and you get that by supporting local business.
Yeah. Well, Myles, thanks to you, and I know you got a great team down there at the inn. Happy to have you here. And any final thoughts before I let you get back to your day?
Hey, don't forget to pick up your tickets. You can get them. Well, there's the websites right on the screen where you can purchase them. Real easy to do that. Or I'd suggest even better, go and visit one of the businesses supporting it and see what they have to offer, and you can get your tickets from them as well.
Perfect. Myles, thank you so much, and stay safe, my friend.
Thanks, Dave. Take care.
Executive Director from the Inn of the Good Shepherd, Myles Vanni, joining us again. I haven't seen him here in a while. He's a busy guy. He's got a busy team down there too. And he mentioned you can buy these at local businesses. If you want to find out where those businesses are, go to localshoppingspree.com. There's a list there. You can purchase online. But it's kind of, if you go into purchase the tickets at a location, maybe you stay there and you have a snack. So again, another win-win-win. The Inn of the Good Shepherd wins, you win, and 35 local businesses were supported in this project as well. And again, I mentioned their hashtag local and Sarnia, supporting Sarnia and surrounding businesses in there as well. So thanks again, Myles, and we wish you all the best. And fingers crossed for me to win something. I want the group get together. I'm being selfish. I want that. I'm going to get that. All right. Well, who doesn't like fundraisers and giveaways? And you just like getting stuff, right? And we're going to do that. We're going to continue on doing some more of that right now with our good friend Mark Perrin from Ontario's Blue Coast and Tourism Sarnia-Lambton. How you doing, Mark? He's not sure how he's doing. Are you there? I see you. Talk to me. Can you hear me? He can't hear me. So I can say whatever I want about you right now, and those that are watching live are going, really? Hello, Mark. Can you hear me now? Hello, Mark. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to kick him out, and we're going to ask him to rejoin. Isn't this wonderful? Doing this live. Mark's going to be coming on here to talk to us about a program called Cheers to the Coast. And Cheers to the Coast is going to be giving away some great stuff as well. They got an ultimate backyard giveaway and some other cool things that are happening in the community with Tourism Sarnia-Lambton and Ontario's Blue Coast. Hopefully we can get them back. But cheers to the, well, we can here where I got a clickety click. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Cheers to the Coast, the ultimate backyard giveaway. They got a $2,500 backyard grand prize, plus some other great Sarnia-Lambton drink producers that they're going to be giving away as well. So I'm hoping he's coming back here. We're going to try. Oh, I heard something. He went to the phone. There he is. Can you hear me now?
I can, Dave. How are you?
Awesome. You got to love it, right?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I could hear you in the backstage, but as soon as we went live, couldn't hear a thing. So
there
anyway,
you go.
We're good. We're
good to adapt.
Backup technology and
right on. Well, I was just talking a little bit there about the Cheers to the Coast with Tourism Sarnia-Lambton and Ontario's Blue Coast. Who does? You guys really seem to like giving stuff away.
Yeah, you know what? It's we've been fortunate here with some of our contests and promotions and what we can do. It's really working well, getting the word out, and it's kind of building upon. You know, there's some creative contesting we've been really following and watching and saying, you know, how can we duplicate it to be in Sarnia-Lambton and really benefit all our businesses. So yeah, it's been great. You know what? These programs they're rolling out kind of one after another right now, and as long as they keep having the success they're showing, why not keep doing it?
Well, who doesn't like free? This is the ultimate backyard giveaway with Cheers to the Coast. I was just telling everybody, you got this $2,500. This looks really cool, man. What talk about this?
Yeah, you know what? And it's kind of an inspiration. I mean, how many beer companies do different promos where there are two items? And, you know, we said, you know what, if we could do what all the beer companies do together in one package, it'd be pretty cool to pull this off and really support all our drink producers. So yeah, we did. I mean, we got the keg, the egg barbecue there. I mean, that's the huge prize. And I mean, it's all one package. So there's the barbecue ring, the cooler, the Adirondack chairs, cornhole. There's
wow.
a speaker. There's a Bluetooth speaker in there, and there's probably some other little things. I know we reached out, and every prize is from a local business in Sarnia-Lambton. So we made sure on kind of both ends we supported not only getting all our prizing all the time. We're using only the local vendors, and then on the flip side, working with our local business partners to promote it. And so far so good. Ballots are flying off the shelves at these places over these last couple weekends.
Awesome. So how does a person get a ballot? How do you get in on this?
Yeah, so it's really easy. We say it's 14 different locations, but it's 13 producers. Refined Fool has the 2 locations to make it 14. And so you can visit Alton Farms, Big Family, Black Gold, Brewster's Mills, Dark Horse Winery, Imperial City, Monroe Honey, Refined Fool, River Run, Shale Ridge, Stone Picker, Twins Pines, or Witter Station. And I am cheating on the.
I'm sorry. What was the 4th one again?
Witter Station. Yes, yeah. Oh, sorry. The last. Yes.
You're like the guy when you go into the pub and you've got 20 drinks here and you say, "Can you tell me what you got?" I'm the guy that says, "What was the 4th one again?"
Yeah. So you know what? And just hey, sample them all, and you'll be
right.
Fine. Right. So
I'm sure I'd be fine.
So yeah, you go into any of those places throughout the county. They all have a ballot box at their location. They all have ballots there. No purchase is necessary. You just go in. Obviously we encourage people to support these businesses.
Yeah.
But you go into their establishments and fill out a ballot, and you get a chance to win. So it's great. So not only is this the grand prize, but we also have weekly prizes. Each of the partners have produced a weekly prize pack, and we'll draw that too. So yeah, overall, it's revamping the whole Cheers to the Coast program, and the program it continues to grow. I mean, when we started it, we had 6 or 7 back in 2018, and up to the 14 places now, and we continue to see so many drink enthusiasts say, "Hey, Sarnia-Lambton's really grown into a hotbed. How do we get down there? And what you got a map of everyone?" And we say, "Yeah, cheers to the coast."
I like that drink enthusiast. That's what I'm going to tell Jennifer next time. What are we doing? Well, I'm a drink enthusiast, honey.
Yes.
I had to go out and support, and I had to go out and support local.
Exactly. Sample. Have to. Who doesn't like doing that, right? So
right. It really has. We've talked the last time you were here about how everybody's had to adapt in this world, but tougher for some than others. Did you find it tough to come up with these alternative ways to help promote the community in a time where we weren't really allowed to go out? How do you promote tourism when you couldn't go out?
No, exactly. So the whole industry, we really, it started being, called hyper local tourism. And we were one of the first to kind of jump on it. We were on some of the ministry calls and kind of heard of the, just what they're calling the concept. And really, it means just we're promoting people in Lambton County to get out and explore Lambton County, right? So explore your own backyard, start dabbling in some of the surrounding counties to come over and but you're staying that kind of closer to home, 100 kilometer radius or so. So everything's shifted hyper local for us. And this program, actually we had everything ready to go in May, and we just kept putting it off until we got into stage 1 with a provincial framework, because the goal of the program, we wanted to, we looked at online and could we do a contest that way, but we said, you know what, when these businesses open, we want people to go to their patios. We want people to get in there and, physically fill out a ballot to draw. So that's the kind of support these businesses need. And what, if we can do something where, hopefully we find someone that walks into one establishment and goes, "Oh, that's pretty cool. We should go check out, 13 other ones." That would, that's the goal at the end of the day. How do we get them to move, go to one and then visit all of them? Hopefully not in the same night, right? Let's spread it out throughout the days and do it safely. But overall, it's great. Our office really thrives on, we create a program and then we have everyone give input on how we can grow that and develop it and market it and so on. And, there's going to be radio promotion behind it and some we have newsletters. We're doing some YouTube stuff and just really trying to blow it out and what we can all put together behind it. So it's good. So far, so good.
Yeah, I would say, well, you and your team have done a great job of keeping the community alive as far as giving people reasons to come here. And now you must be gearing up, and fingers crossed. I don't want to jinx anything, but it seems like we're. I keep saying there, the light. It's a long tunnel to get to that light, but are you also? Do you have plans in place? Are you preparing for more getting out ideas?
We are, yeah. So I mean, last year we did our Discover Sarnia-Lambton program, and right now we have some plans to do version 2.0 of that program, and we're just waiting, on some different options. Luckily, last year we had Federal Economic Development Ontario support us with that program. We've reached out again this year and just waiting to kind of confirm that support. So, that will be more of a mid to late summer launch and then into the fall, going with that program. And yeah, just even getting back in the event conversations and, bring more things here. 2022 is going to be a very competitive year for events.
Yeah.
And, we know people are going to want to get out, and, it's kind of weird in the event industry. What it's done is a lot of the big events have all been staggered now, right? So without being operational for a couple of years, you're not able to bid on some of those events right away. They're going to, they already have dates lined up for the next 2 years. So it's like a 3-year gap on getting those in. So we're trying to be creative, maybe create some stuff ourselves. And, at the end of the day, I think it is going to be really exciting what we got kind of coming down the pipeline, and really supporting all of Sarnia-Lambton.
Yeah. Well, it's been great to have these conversations with you over the last year and watch how things go or how they didn't go. And still how, again, you and your team are very, very creative to keep pushing forward through all of this. Just a few more minutes left, but let's talk about, well, you and I will be hanging out in the parking lot on Thursday night. We're going to have the Parte kit pickup, and I'll be going live from there. And we got some goodies that the City of Sarnia and the Canada Day Committee's helping us out with. What's that about?
Yeah, you know what? And same. It's obviously everyone's a little disappointed that Canada Day, we're still under stage 1 and want to keep the safety protocols. So it's again, being creative, and Rachel and the team, yourself from Canada Day, it's great to be working with everyone and saying, well, what else can we do? And we're going to have a drive through. It will go through our parking lot. So it's kind of come in one way and exit the other way, and get yourself a Canada Day goodie bag with lots of surprises, and, still be able to celebrate the holiday and really enjoy it, and say, hey, we're still here, and we're still partying, and carrying on.
Right. Well, let's make it clear: Canada Day is not canceled. No. Canada Day is not canceled.
It's not. Canada Day is all about supporting, going to patios with 3 of your friends. So you got 4 people at the table, and filling up all those tables at every bar and restaurant and this place out there, and also enjoying it with the backyards with family and getting out and
for sure,
celebrating. So we all have something to celebrate, and that's going to be an exciting weekend.
Yeah. And these party kits, I've got some really nice goodies in there as well to help with those celebrations. So we will be there at the Tourism Sarnia-Lambton parking lot on Thursday, June 24th from 4 to 6. We'll be there. Well, we'll be there a little early setting up, but we'll have everything all set up, ready, social distance. Come on by, absolutely free, and hopefully that'll help you with the Canada Day festivities. Mark, thanks so much for everything you and your team do to keep being creative and keep the excitement alive. I know it's a challenging job, but you guys really are doing great. Anything you want to put out there before I let you go again?
No, just with Cheers to the Coast and the giveaway, we have maps available. Our office is open, so feel free if people want to come and pick up a map, or they can download online as well. And that lists all the locations and where to go, and some safe transportation methods as well. So just all part of that experience. And thanks again for having us, Dave. Anytime,
Mark. Take care, and we'll see you Thursday.
Thank you.
Mark Perrin from Tourism Sarnia-Lambton, Ontario's Blue Coast, talking about Cheers to the Coast. I'm in. You don't even have to sign me up. I'll just be there. Cheers to the Coast. It's going to be a great time and a great way to support local, a great way to maybe win a big backyard party, right? Or the giveaway and all the stuff that goes along with it. And then, of course, the partay gift. So here's what I'm thinking. So we go to Tourism Sarnia-Lambton Thursday, June 24th from 4 to 6 to get your partay gift, right? And then go down to Cantera Park and donate your non-perishable items from 6 to 8 p.m. Thanks to the Sarnia Street Cruisers for that. And maybe while you're there, you can get your local, like you can just make a whole afternoon and evening of supporting the community. What a great way. A lot of great ideas out there as well. And thanks again to Mark Perrin and his team for their support. And thanks to all of you. It's really been a great conversation as always here again today. And this is episode 503. It'll be 10 years. I keep talking about it because I don't want you to forget. Coming up 10 years in November, we're going to have a party. Somehow we're going to have a party and a celebration. I think my friend Dana is going to help me out. Jennifer's probably going to, well, she has to, right? But I hope this has been a happy Monday for you, and happy Indigenous Peoples Day once again to our Indigenous friends. And thanks to all of you for being here as always. That's all the time I got for you this week, everybody. Have a great week and an even better weekend. I will see you next time right here in the show. Bye for now.